Hey, look at the PC is lagging for now. We're on the stream trying to get that thing on. I think.
There we go. I tell you, my phone is like those old dang I tell you, my phone's like those old vacuum tube television sets where if something went wrong, all you had to do is bang on it a few times, hit the side of it, and it works. I literally have the modern equivalent of that right now as far as a phone is concerned. Right. Also, for some reason, I've got the webcam working. Yay! Anyway. Who's YNW Tyler?
Who?
I don't know who this is.
What's going on? Are we playing Roblox or some crap? What are we doing? The stream.
I'm going to be working on my photographs. Let me get Richmond. I need to let him know I'm live. Hold on.
Back. I was going to join in,
Hola, amigos.
Hey, I was gonna join in my VR headset, but, you know, I don't really have a good mic on.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, y'all.
If you were, like, a few
if those in the live stream just saw that, I just want to point out, I'm sorry. I cannot help when I do that. Hold on. Can't see Kevin's thing. Let me refresh Discord. Right, so I've got at least 15 photographs I took today that I've got to work on. Right, so what you're seeing here is like... Can I talk, please?
Even 10 minutes ago, right?
Wait, Kevin James?
No, real one Kevin.
Oh, for God's sakes! Hello? I'm not interested in politics at the moment. I'm interested in editing my photographs. Hello? Right.
How are you, Rail?
I'm doing well. I'm just trying to work on my photography at the moment, which I'm going to be doing so right now. So skip to like 4:21 in the video if you want to see me working on these. For God's sakes, I'm trying to get... for God's sake.
Oh my god. T-Tad, I just found a game that supports what you think. There's just a ship that's capsizing in this game.
Hang on, is that... No, that can't be that new ship that we're talking about.
What?
Didn't you say they were going to have a new ship that was going to capsize? Something along that line.
There is going to be a ship in the future that capsizes. I don't know when.
Hit that back down to 0. There we go.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Wait, what? Sorry. Is 3 a.m. and I'm confused. What were we saying?
Bloody hell, 3 a.m. What are you doing, lad?
He's bringing on the stick, that's what. So, what were we saying? What were you talking about?
You said some ship capsized.
Yeah, Ronald wants he wants to see a ship capsize.
Well, plus it's rare to have a Roblox thing. Well, let me say this. The only time we ever tried to do a capsized ship roleplay type thing, Jesse and I, was with the Gertrude or whatever it's called, and that was basically after we destroyed the ship by unanchoring everything, so yeah. Yes, Pixel Gun, I remember.
Hey, Real, do you dare me to literally melt my PC?
If you want your PC to commit suicide, that's not...
Alright, let me root up Stormworks and then spawn the Lusitania.
Buddy, you're asking your computer to literally burst into flame. I wouldn't recommend that.
No, I don't know.
Just load the Queen Mary and the Lusitania if you want your computer to just die. Oh.
The only shot I got to see it from was that one angle. The picture I sent? That was the only animal I got to pick.
I don't know why, but I'm just really fascinated.
Hey, it's BNSF. Why does that look like that one Batman starter diesel?
Because it is. Oh my god.
5 year your American train, when I'm 5 year my EWS.
Now take note. I want you guys to take note of the.
Jack, didn't you get to see the Flying Scotsman?
Now, to those who are watching the live stream, take a note of the main focus of this. Take note of what the main focus in this photograph is.
Oh, oh, no, we don't have it inside right now. I was gonna whip out my cap forward, show that off. I'm too lazy to go get it. New game created.
I can actually still do one of my chips on capsizes.
Yes, I'm gonna be making a game. Me and a friend of mine.
Didn't want to have to do it, but it's not like I was being given any choice. Now then. For those in the live stream who are curious about what the main focus of this photograph is, yeah, now we're getting into the black and white photos. If you look at my photo titled, like, I don't know, abandoned or something, you'll see what the main focus of this photograph is. But I think just simply zooming in just shows enough. It's an old Jeep truck. I know it sounds cliche, but believe me, that you'll understand why. And there's a better angle of it to where you can actually see it. I mean, this truck has been abandoned in that one spot for as long as I can remember. I remember it being there when I was younger, coming down here, because this is in the area where my mom's dad lives. And there's just old cars parked out here like crazy. That one's one of the older ones there, because when was the last time Jeeps made a truck of that type? Not in recent years, because I don't recall seeing any new ones. Kind of like my Nissan. They don't make trucks like it that are around its size anymore, which is a shame because that sucker is a good truck, and I wish they'd come out with something like it again. My mom is missing out on her alien conspiracy theory crazy, and yes, my mom is now unable to enjoy her crazy conspiracy theorist alien UFO stuff, whatever it is. I mean, dang. Alright, now this here is just this here was more or less an experiment with my power shot, because there's actually moss on an old tree limb, and I wanted to just see how good it was at focusing in and stuff like this, and well, doesn't really look like it did well, because if you look, well, it's blurry. But that is moss, as you can see. But this is more or less an experiment. It's experimental photo, and since it's blurry, I'm not keeping it. I got too close. Now these are more or less cloudscapes. I wanted to try my hand at cloudscapes because what we were going to do was my mom was going to clean his place up while he and I went out so I could practice drive. Well, due to all this bad weather coming in, that kind of forced me to call all that off because last time I drove in really bad weather, I nearly ended up wrecking the truck, so I didn't want to risk that again. And as you can see, like, I'm doing these because I like doing these cloudscapes because, I mean, really, it just looks like somebody took a paintbrush and just painted this, and just, like, dribbled bits of paint on, like, a blue-backed canvas, really. That's what I like about it. And then you've got green to provide contrast. And what's interesting about this is if you look, I mean, the thing about photographing the cloudscape is simply this. You get a different photo every time. You could be in the same location for like an entire day, and you always end up getting at least one, two or three different photos in a short amount of time. Because if you see, look here, there's this, and then there's a slight variation like this here. See? If you don't believe me, look here. Now you can see this one wasn't exactly straight. So I'm getting rid of that. Not really a god because there's much better editing softwares out there. Like for instance, Adobe Photoshop. I know my digital design teacher, Miss Coyle. She introduced us, and she introduced me to Photoshop. Problem is, I never really mastered it. I mean, you can only learn so much during like an hour to a 50-minute class period. If you wanted to learn it better, you'd have to just go through it yourself. You know what I mean? This is more or less, I think, a duplicate. Yeah. That's a duplicate, so that can be removed. Ah, what is up with my foot? It's hurting like hell. Yeah, you can see there's more of a noticeable bit of cloud cover there than with this. And you can see it's the same angle, same tree line, but the cloud cover is different. Now this here is interesting. This is a sunset photograph I took literally right out my window there. I opened my window up and I could get the camera through and get that to get this picture. This is one of the few vertical cloud shots cloud photos I did. And this was also a sunset too, hence this. This was the wide angle version. But as you can see, a lot of it, much of it, this is already far less profound. I think Series 5 is going to be the longest and largest photo series I've done, because there's pretty much close to a year's worth of photos in just this one folder. I've already got the first 4, and then my earlier photography archived on a flash on an external drive. Pixel gun, you never know, mate. It's 9:58 and I had a shower, so who knows? Who knows? But I had to get out of there, out of the chat, so I could talk. Phantom, when did he leave? What the bloody hell is all this? Oh, wrong Phantom, never mind. That is disturbing.
Well, I mean, it is loose. Oh, hi, Rail.
It's Smack, what are you doing?
I'm playing PUBG. And I'm about to get sad. Look at me. I'm sailing on the Lusitania.
Oh! I ended up getting a response back from the Chamber of Commerce that uses the depot in Sparta. Here, let me pull that up real quick. I want to read that to y'all if I can. Let me see here.
I mean, sure. Do you have a job or something?
No, I just wanted to email them and ask them, do you want... I have an artifact from the railroad that used to come through Sparta, would y'all like to have it? And put it on display, because... that railroad spike I found was the first one I found, period, in the entire, place.
So, Railroad, are you impressed that I'm able
Yeah, now look here. Here it is. I'll read it to you.
Railroad Spike Preserver.
Can I read this, please? Thank you.
Okay, Boomer. Railroad is triggered. Salty Boomer.
Yeah, this was my reply here.
Oh boy, I hope there's a car in this little village.
It's towards the bottom. They said, that would be great, thank you. Currently the office is closed, but you could put it through the mail slot in the front door of the building if you'd like. We have several things found during renovation that we will eventually do a display with. Thank you. So that's that. Well, no, I have nowhere to put it, and the thing is, yes, I'd love to keep it. But the fact is simply this, I have nowhere to put it, and if I take it anywhere else, I know it's most likely going to get stolen, because a lot of railroad artifacts I got that I had down at my dad's, including a brake shoe that I had bought at the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad, they had actual brake shoes as souvenirs. All of that ended up getting stolen. Most likely it was sold for ended up being sold for drugs. Not by my dad, but probably for something else. anybody else. Like, basically,
Where are you getting, like,
most of my railroad artifacts that I had down there, like spikes, brake shoes, all that ended up being stolen. And or sold or pawned off for like drugs and such. Not
Oh, wow, the Win 94.
it wasn't from my dad. Let me talk, please. Like, it wasn't my dad who did it, but I'm pretty sure I have a good idea as to the person who probably did do it. I'm not naming names because I know my dad is trying to get himself straightened out. I don't know what he's been doing is much, but that still is something I'm awaiting. It's to be seen regarding him trying to get himself straight. He needs to. He's in his mid-40s. He should have done this a long time ago. At my age. The age I'm currently at. And he didn't. He chose not to.
It did what? I wasn't listening.
Oh, forget it. None of y'all were.
Guys, could I go ahead and sneak to Lusitania?
Right.
Sure. There's
Right, I'm going to end this stream here, so I believe I will see y'all later.